Good morning, traders. Just wanted to run through a couple of trades I'm in at the moment. Firstly, I want to run through the CAD yen trade that I've got in front of me. Now, I've put my entry level here for the trade, and these are my positions that are on it, but I haven't got it marked on this platform. But you know, there's my positions on the two trades I've got on CAD yen and pound Aussie dollar. Just running through this CAD yen trade. May still be time to get in. Entered here at about 80, 88, 80 roughly. Stops just running below this moving average here, which is the 200 moving average. And the reason for taking this trade was a bullish Bank of Canada. The Bank of Canada hiked, I think it was last week or week before, and it was a bullish hike that surprised the markets. And so I saw that as an opportunity to buy Canadian dollar, and I bought it against the Japanese yen. You can see that there's been a steady uptrend here. There was a surprise to the upside, Bank of Canada even being more hawkish on the rate hike, and the Bank of Japan just staying steady, everything just staying normal. When they had their last Bank of Japan meeting, the QE buying was just staying at its regular rate. So good opportunity, in my view, to buy CAD yen. And for me, what really sort of started to confirm this trade was when there was a hidden bullish divergence in the technicals on top of the fundamentals. So you can see that price here is making higher lows, and here on the RSI overlay on this indicator, it's basically lower lows. So you've got a divert, you could draw a line there, and that's a hidden bullish divergence. You see you've got a clear technical break of this 89 level here. The price has gone above and closed above that high, which is really indicating bullish sentiment. So that's what I'm looking at. I'm looking at targeting 92. So just up at these recent support levels, which are now resistance levels up here. That's what I'm looking at taking profit. So my profit target is 92. So it's a bit of a longer term trade. I'll be holding this for a while. Now the second trade I'm in is the pound Aussie dollar. Now for this trade, it was the continued bearish sentiment on the Great British Pound. And this is particularly, there was some talk recently about would the Bank of England be raising interest rates with their rising inflation. And there was a bit of an umming and ahhing, and some of the different members were saying slightly different things. But then it was last week when it was reiterated, basically. I think with the core inflation came out lower than expected. So all those sort of speculations about rate hikes or otherwise suddenly went out the window. So that put firmly bearish pressure on the pound. Now the Australian dollar, the Royal Bank of Australia have been making, not most recently, but have been making sort of, hawkish sounds. But now their rhetoric has changed a little bit, and they're saying they're getting a bit concerned about a strong Australian dollar. Just out this week, the governor was saying, that they're getting nervous, and there's a meeting coming up on Monday of next week. Can't see it on this calendar, but there's a meeting from the Royal Bank of Australia coming up on Monday, and there's one on Friday of next week. So I'm going to be looking very carefully at these recent support levels down here. I'm getting a little bit nervous on this the trade because of the potential weakening of the Aussie dollar. So I'll be watching that. I'm probably going to hold it into the week, because just looking at it end of the week, looking at technically, it's a very bearish bar last week. We got a bearish push. I'd like to see that dropping down. This is where my target is 1.6, but I'm starting to feel a little bit more nervous on this trade now, just because I've got the Bank of Australia coming out a couple of times next week, and they've been saying they're getting worried about a strong Australian dollar. So I'm going to be playing that carefully and just responding to what happens there, and maybe see end of Friday or Monday what the price action is looking like, and consider taking profit then. Okay, guys, that's my trades. That's what I'm looking at doing, and just as I said, these are my positions here on the CAD yen and pound Aussie dollar. Okay, guys, cheers now. Bye.